I left a comment to this commenter to my original video on the soul trap. But now that we can record videos in response to comments, I'm going to take advantage of this TikTok resource. I have so many questions about the soul trap. And if this is on your FYP and you're also ruminating and thinking about it and trying to figure it out, welcome to the side of TikTok. I wouldn't say it's the funnest place to be. It's very overwhelming. I'm scared. I'm just going to be honest. I'm fearful. I don't have answers. This is a completely unknown topic that I'm having a hard time wrapping my mind around. But to respond to this commenter, I understand that there is duality, and I love your thoughts on this, that we can evolve. Our soul needs to go through multiple incarnations often to evolve and to learn. That Source wants to have experiences through us on this earthly plane. I love that methodology. I love those ideas. I subscribe to them. And yet we can have the duality that there are diversions, there are elements of distortion, even in the afterlife. Even in the afterlife, we will experience that. And therefore, we can be stuck in a loop. And I think what you're saying is that a soul trap or prison is an illusion. You titled your comment The Illusion of the Soul Trap. So I'm assuming you do not ascribe or believe in a soul trap. You believe that souls can be stuck in an endless loop, often dealing with generational trauma, inherited trauma. Often they're stuck in these belief systems that were passed down to them from their ancestors and they can't break free. And you're saying that that can be somewhat of a soul prison, but you're not agreeing that a darker force energy is actually entrapping humans to steal their life force energy as a resource. Am I assuming that correctly? Because you're saying that if you feel that you're stuck in a prison, it's probably because you have some of that generational trauma, or you have some of those things that are making you feel like you can't get out of them. And I can completely relate with your analogy because, as I mentioned in my first part of my video, I was blessed into the Mormon church as an infant, and my ancestors before me had crossed plains and crossed large bodies of water from Europe to come to Zion, the promised land, to live out this religion. And so when I was blessed into the religion as a baby, I was carrying all the weight of my forefathers, my pioneer ancestry, and I was expected to fall in line with that very limited framework of belief and life expectations. And I broke out of it in my middle age, almost when I was 50. And I was bemoaning the fact that it seemed so unfair that me and my ancestors and my relatives living now have to go through their entire life to finally break out of this matrix of thought, the Mormon church and Mormon belief in this instance, to then only die a few decades later and have to restart the whole thing because our memories are wiped. And to me, that just seems so unfair. And I can accept what you're saying as that feeling like a stuck prison type of situation where there is no hope to get out. And me getting out, I am one of the rare few in my family line. Most of them are in it and will probably be in it until they die and may have to repeat it again and again. So it is a rare thing that somebody in my family line got out. I'm talking about me. And now I can take that awakening and that wisdom into the afterlife and hopefully make a better choice for myself so that I don't have to repeat the loop and therefore escape the prison. But my comment to you, based on your comment, and thank you for leaving it, I really appreciate it, is that I broke the lifeline. I broke that generational trauma, I believe, and so I can go forward with more wisdom. But even then, I have no information. There's not enough information about this soul trap. There's not enough information for us to know how to get out of it. We have a few little things like go 45 degrees and don't necessarily follow the light and use discernment. And as I said in my first video, use your intuition, yes. But I am feeling around in the dark on this. There is not a lot of information, which in and of itself feels like a further trap. Feels like this really unreasonable ask for us to not only break out of all the generational trauma in this earth experience and awaken, because most of us won't do it. The rare few do. Most people are NPC, just getting through life, hustle and grind, 9-to-5 job, live, work, die, repeat. And the fact that people are going to awaken is amazing. But now we have to take that awakening into this afterlife to escape a prison. Like, to me, this just seems so impossible and unfair. Where is the justice in the universe? As I said in my comment, where is the justice in the universe for me to know what to do, for my family and loved ones that were born into this thought pattern structure that most of them will not get out of, for people not even born in this like Western privileged world that were born into poverty and other places and have immense trauma and pain? How do they break out? And so when you frame it like that, it doesn't seem like a soul trap illusion after all. It seems very explainable, and it seems plausible, and it seems impossible. So please, let's talk about this more, because I don't know that I'm going to get any sleep tonight. This whole idea has really rocked my world.